across a crowded room. I don't throw words like fireworks that fade away too soon. I don't need everyone to know the way I feel inside. I'd rather stand here quietly and stay here by your side. You look for sparks that fill the sky, for something bright and new. But love is not the loudest sound, it's what we choose to do. I don't love loudly, I love true. No flashing lights, just showing you. If you fall down, I'll be the ground. My love is quiet, safe and sound. I don't need crowds to understand. I'll hold your heart with steady hands. It may not echo through the night, but it stays when others leave the fight. I remember how you take your tea to sugars when you're tired. I know the silence in your eyes when hope feels uninspired. I fix the things you never see. I pray when you can't sleep. I carry storms you never know. My love runs quiet and deep. You search for passion in the flame, for thunder in the rain. But steady hearts don't always burn. Sometimes they just remain. I don't love loudly, I love true. No fireworks, no grand debut. If you need someone to stay, I'm the one who doesn't walk away. Maybe I'm not the storybook that everyone can see, but real love isn't loud or wild. It's choosing constantly. If someday you look back and find the ones who stay the most, you'll see my name in quiet ink, not written loud but close. I don't love loudly, but I love you more than words alone. No screaming skies, no shining crowd, just me right here, right now. My love doesn't shout, it stays. My love doesn't shout, it stays. I never learned to shout. My love doesn't shout, it stays. I don't love loudly, doesn't shout, it stays. My love doesn't shout, it stays. My love doesn't shout. Light bass pulse with subtle background harmony hum. You say love should feel like fire, burning bright and wild. But I've seen flames that disappear after just a while. I don't promise perfect days or skies without the rain. When your voice gets tired, when your hope runs thin, I don't walk away, that's where I begin. Some girls leave when it gets hard, when the shine begins to scar. But I stay when the lights grow dim, when your edges aren't so sharp and slim. I don't love you for the show, I love the parts you never show. And if the world turns cold and gray, you'll know my love by the way I stay. I've watched you doubt yourself at night, thinking you're too much. But I see every broken part, and still I call it love. You don't have to win with me or always be okay. You don't have to shine so bright for me to choose to stay. When your head starts shaking, when your strength feels small, I won't need convincing, I won't leave at all. Some girls run from heavy hearts, from messy truth and fractured parts. But I stay when the silence grows, when nobody else wants to know. If love is more than what we say, then judge me by the way I stay. I don't need a perfect man or story smooth and clean. I just need honesty in places rarely seen. And when the world feels far away and everything feels wrong, if you look beside you, then I'll still be holding on. I'll stay when it's uncomfortable, I'll stay when it's unclear. I stay when love feels fragile, not just when it feels sincere. You'll never question where I am or wonder if I'll stray. If you wanna know my heart, just look at how I stay. You always said I look so calm, like nothing shook my ground, like I was made of steady stone, no cracks could ever be found. I learned to hold my breath inside, to never let it show. If I look strong enough for you, you'd never wanna go. So I smile through every doubt, played brave when you pulled out. I held my voice down low so you would never know. You never saw my fear, the nights I couldn't breathe, the quiet tears that fell when you were next to me. You never saw my hands shake when you pulled away. I was strong for both of us, but scared you wouldn't stay. I memorized the way you changed the distance in your tone, pretending not to notice it so I wouldn't be alone. I told myself it's just a phase, that love goes up and down. But every time you turned away, my heart hit the ground. I didn't wanna seem too much or push you far from me, so I buried every question and called it loyalty. You never saw my fear behind my steady eyes. I built a wall of confidence to cover all my cries. You never saw the war that silence made me fight. I was holding us together while losing sleep at night. Strong girls break in quiet ways without a single sound. We master how to carry love without being found. I wasn't fearless, I was afraid to lose, and loving you so deeply gave me more to lose. You never saw my fear, but it was always there. In every careful word I chose, in every silent prayer. I wasn't made of stone, I just didn't let it show. If loving means vulnerability, then now you finally know. I was scared, I just loved you. Light piano layering, no drums, first 8 bars. I didn't fall like summer rain. Sudden, wild and free, no crashing waves, no spinning rooms, just you in front of me. I watched the way you held your pain, the way you tried to grow, and somewhere in the quiet, my heart began to know. It wasn't loud or fast, no fire was above. It felt like coming home, that's how I knew it was love. I chose you softly, day by day, not in a rush, not swept away. No reckless spark, no burning flame, just steady hands that spoke your name. I chose you when it wasn't new, when butterflies had faded through, when love became a deeper truth. I didn't fall, every doubt we both endured. Not just when everything felt new, but when it took real strength to choose. And if I had the chance again, through every joy and bruise, I wouldn't fall another time. I'd stand and still choose you. I chose you. I chose you. You said I didn't fight enough, didn't raise my voice. Like maybe love should sound like water to prove it was a choice. You thought my quiet meant I'd gone, or I just didn't care. But silence can be heavy when you're trying to repair. I was holding back the storm so it wouldn't break the room, trying not to let my words turn love into wound. My silence was love, not distance, not escape. I swallowed every sharp reply for both our hearts' sake. My silence was love, I chose the softer side. Not every battle needs a sound, sometimes love just hides. I could've listed all your flaws and matched your word for word, but hurting you to win the night felt weaker than unheard. So I let the moment breathe, though it hurt inside my chest, because I cared more for us than proving I was right or bad. You mistook my calm for something small and thin, but loving you in quiet ways was strength beneath my skin. My silence was love, it wasn't giving up, it was choosing peace instead when things got rough. My silence was love, I held it like a shield, protecting what we almost lost before it could be healed. Not every heart that stays quiet is empty or withdrawn. Some of us love so carefully, we'd rather bend than break at dawn. If I had shouted like you did, maybe you would have seen. But real love doesn't always scream, sometimes it just stays unseen. My silence was love, even if you couldn't tell. I carried all the weight alone and wished you well. My silence was love, and maybe now you know the loudest hearts aren't always true. Mine just loved you. My silence was love. I never asked for roses or promises out loud. I didn't need the world from you, or love that drew a crowd. I folded all my questions, kept them neat inside, waiting for you to look at me without me having to guide. I thought if love was real enough, you'd see it in my eyes. You'd hear the spaces in my voice and read between the lines. I needed you to notice the way behind my smile, the way I went a little quiet after every while. I needed you to notice without me having to plead. Not grand gestures or miracles, just seeing what I need. I memorized your bad days before you said a word. I knew the tone of every sigh, even the ones unheard. But when it came to my own heart, I shrank it down for you, hoping someday you'd ask me twice if I was hurting too. I didn't want to beg for care or teach you how to see. I just believed if I was yours, you'd naturally see me. I needed you to notice when my strength was thin, when holding everything together started wearing in. I needed you to notice before I broke apart, before the silence grew too loud inside my quiet heart. Love shouldn't feel like hiding or shrinking to survive. It shouldn't take a breaking point for someone to realize I wasn't asking for too much, just presence, just a sign that loving me meant looking close, not just when I shine. I needed you to notice the girl behind the calm, the one who carried everything and kept you safe from harm. I never needed perfect words or someone without flaws. I just needed you to see me the way I always saw yours. Piano fades slowly. I just wanted to be seen. You said I feel too deeply, like there was something wrong, like steady hearts should learn to hide or learn to just move on. You called my tears dramatic, my questions insecure, but loving without walls around has always been my cure. If I speak what's on my mind, it doesn't mean I'm small. It means I trust you with my heart, enough to risk it all. I'm not weak, I'm just honest. I don't know how to pretend. If I love you, I'll show it, not just halfway, not just when. If I'm hurting, I will say it. I won't bury it inside. Feeling everything completely isn't weakness, it's my pride. I could have played it cooler, acted like I didn't care, kept my heart behind the masked, like I was never scared. But love to me is courage. It's standing in the light. It's telling you I'm scared to lose you, not just walking out of sight. You see, strength is silent stone, unmoved, untouched, alone. But I believe real strength is shown when truth is fully known. I'm not weak, I'm just honest. That's the way I've always been. I don't disappear when things get hard. I lean into the wind. If my heart is wide and open, it's because I choose to be not fragile, not dramatic, just brave enough to feel deeply. Strong doesn't mean emotionless or never breaking down. It means I let you see my tears without shame or crown. I won't shrink to fit a mold that tells me how to love. If honesty feels vulnerable, then that's what I'm made of. I'm not weak, I'm just honest, and I won't apologize for loving you with my whole heart, or looking in your eyes. If that feels too much for you, then maybe we're not aligned. But I'd rather be completely real than strong and undefined. Not weak, just honest. I knew the way you closed your eyes when something hurt too much, the way your fingers traced the air when you were lost in thought and such. I memorized your quiet moods, the space between your words, the subtle change inside your voice in moments barely heard. You think love lives in grand displays, in gestures bold and bright, but mine was written in the space between your day and night. I loved you in detail, in ways you never saw, the tired look behind your smile, the cracks beneath your flaw. Just the easy parts, but every hidden insecurity you tried to keep in dark. I didn't love the surface shine or who you tried to be. I loved you in the smallest ways that no one else could see. The songs you wouldn't skip even when you said you would. I saw the fear you tried to hide behind misunderstood. I held the pieces you ignored, the doubts you brushed aside. And even when you felt too much, I never stepped outside. Love to me was noticing, not just being near. It was learning every fragile thing you never made clear. I loved you in detail, in patterns, scars, and seams, in the way your silence shifted between your hopes and dreams. I of someone's soul, then mine still holds the outline even after letting go. I didn't love you casually or halfway incomplete. I loved you in the spaces where hearts are most discreet. Soft strings fade, piano last note lingers, whisper harmony in detail. Held it in for far too long, every doubt, every fear. I smiled and said I was okay, but wished you'd come near. The silence weighed me down, every unspoken word. I thought my quiet love would speak, but it was barely heard. So I swallowed all my questions, kept my pain inside, hoping you would notice me before it broke my pride. When I finally spoke, I didn't yell, I didn't fight, I just let the truth pour out into the soft, quiet night. I finally spoke of every writing pad lingers, I finally spoke, and it was me. We walked through days of quiet storms and nights too full of tears. I learned to love you quietly, through doubts, through hope, through fears. I held you close in secret ways that nobody could see. And even when the world went dark, my love stayed faithfully. But some things we cannot hold, some hearts are meant to roam, and love can stay in memory, even if we leave it home. Forever after, I wish you well. May every dream you chase be real. Forever after, my heart will tell the love I kept, the love I feel. Even if we walk apart, even if the story ends, I carry you gently in my heart. My love stays, it never bends. I won't forget your quiet smile, the way you turned away. I won't forget the way you laughed, or the words you didn't say. I'll keep the lessons, keep the warmth that loving you has taught. And though our paths may separate, I cherish every thought. I won't demand your memory, I won't ask for more, but I hope you feel in secret ways the love I still adore. Forever after, I wish you peace. May joy be more than pain. Forever after, I hope your heart finds love that stays again. Even if our time is past, even if the night is long, I send my love into your path, a quiet, endless song. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting, or that my heart is gone. It means loving freely, even when you move on. I don't regret a single word, a single quiet choice. Forever after, I keep you close without